Hi guys, it's Miss Jenny. So I'm bringing you today a tap progression. So a couple of things first. If you have a grown-up in your house and you have not talked to them or they have not heard yet about what type of floor is good for these old tap shoes, go grab them real quick, hit pause on your video, and bring them in so that we can kind of talk about what is best for your shoes and their floors. It is their house. So first things first, I hope you've grabbed your grown-up, and so that again we can talk about these old tap shoes. The floors in your house. Your first inclination might be to say, oh, a hardwood floor is perfect. Not really. So especially if you don't want anything to be scuffed up on that floor, these tap shoes have a tendency to kind of leave a mark depending on what they're doing. Like what we're doing today should not leave any marks on a floor. But some things that we do might later on down the road. So there are a couple of different options. First off, carpet is a definite no. Please don't try to do any of these things on carpet. There's always the option of your dancer putting on their tennis shoes. And as long as they've got those tennis shoes on, they can still feel the sound, get the same energy and force that they need to use to make the sounds, and their muscles and their minds still make that important connection so that when they do put those tap shoes back on, they get the same exact sound that they should if they were practicing it well, and even despite the tennis shoes, they'll still sound great. So that's always an option. There are several other options. Linoleum floors or linoleum vinyl flooring is much better for the grown-ups in terms of protecting your floor. Another great option is if you have some plywood. There are actual tap floors that people can purchase that your dancer can practice with at home. So if you are one of our families that has been supportive enough in terms of your dancer to turn your basement into a dancing wonderland, that is always a great option to move into as well. And if you have any questions on a good floor set to get for tap or where to purchase one, I'm happy to help you with that. Or if you want to build your own, I've got a great system that I found that you can actually do that on your own if you're interested and you like DIY projects. You can build your own tap floor for your dancer. So again, if you have any of those questions, let me know. We can go over all of it. You can direct message me, or you can just send the message to Johnson's Dance Studio on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email us at johnsonsdance@gmail.com. Sorry if I'm wobbling back and forth. The knee only went so much on there. So, but again, tennis shoes are a wonderful option. It still gives that same effect, still gives that mind-muscle connection, and your dancer will still get plenty of benefit out of it without the metal taps. So watch out for those hardwood floors. Dancers, please be respectful of your parents. It is their home and they've worked very hard for it. So if they ask you to wear your tennis shoes, strap those tennis shoes on and let's get to tapping. All right, so we're actually gonna start with a progression. And a progression basically takes one step and grows and develops from that step. So the first thing that we're gonna start with is a paradiddle. So this video in particular, you guys, is meant more for our beginning / intermediate level dancers that are on our Monday classes. Now, if you take tap on Tuesday with Miss JC and you wanna give this a try, we will actually be going slow enough to start that you are more than welcome to jump in. I will go over the basics of a paradiddle so that you can grow off of that. So feel free to jump in and join us. My Monday tap groups even my advanced dancers, this is great to get the feeling of tapping back in your feet after having a little bit of a break, and to keep your ankles and your legs in that tap rhythm, basically, and growing those muscles. So we're gonna start with the paradiddle. I'm gonna turn to the side just for a quick tutorial on the paradiddle in case you don't remember what one is. Our paradiddle has 4 sounds. It starts with a heel dig, a spank, ball dig, and a heel drop. So again, don't forget, you lift those knees. It's very important whether you're doing a shuffle or you're doing these paradiddles, lift that knee up so that your foot is actually getting enough room to have a nice, clear, crisp spank, and you have enough force to get a nice, strong ball dig and a heel drop. So again, 4 sounds for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that we've started that, we're gonna move right into the progression series. This progression series is gonna have 3 8 counts, 3, that grow one after the other, and then it's gonna have a break. The break is 1 8 count long. It will be the same regardless of which part of the progression you're doing, whether you're doing part A or part B, the break will be the exact same. Now this progression that we're doing today is just a short one, just something to get your feet moving, get that rhythm flowing in your blood and pumping, and it gives you a chance to build and get ready for the videos to come. So again, just 2 different parts to this one today, A and a B. The break will go with each one and it will not change. It will stay the same for both parts of the progression. So we're going to start with the break just so you can learn it, get it in your feet. We start with our right foot and we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and, now we're going to change this and make it into a ball change, 6 and 7 and a clap. So you have 2 regular paradiddles, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now this one is just the heel dig and the spank back. Then you move it into a ball change. Ball change with a step, step, clap. Now what I said was very important. It's a step, not a stamp. So that means it's just your step, not a lot of extra force, no heel sound. So take those extra precautions, keep it in your mind. So for that break, we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so it'll be that way whether you're doing it on the right or the left. And I am so sorry in advance if I get my sides mixed up. I'm trying to say the right one that you're gonna mirror off of. But let's face it, Miss Jenny makes mistakes. So if I mess it up, I apologize. Just keep going on the same foot that you're working on and everything will come out just fine. So before we move on, I do want us to talk really quickly about the way we're gonna work through these progressions. And with that, don't forget your break, by the way. It's kind of like a memory challenge too. We're gonna start off nice and slow, and then we're gonna get a little faster and a little faster. When we are done, if you would like to continue to get faster and faster and faster, you are welcome to. It'll be great for your training. It'll be great for that mind-muscle connection. It'll be great to strengthen your ankles and your legs. Everything about it would be wonderful. So again, just like we do in class, see how fast you can get some of these going and keep that good sound and good technique. One way that you can track your sound, if you would like to, or your tempo, if you would like to, is an app that you can look for if you have an iPad, if you have an iPhone. If you have any phone that can take an app of any sort, if you have a smartphone, go to your app store and look for what is called a metronome. You can look for that metronome app. There's several under different names. They are free. There's no need to buy one. If some of my more musically inclined students already have a metronome, you can just use your physical metronome. But you can also look this up in the App Store. You spell it with, metronome is M-E-T-R-O-N-O-M-E. I hope I spelled that right, metronome. But either way, make sure that, please don't buy it. You certainly don't need to. If you have any difficulty with that and you have an urge to get that app and you can't find it, just let me know and I will send you a link to one. So, all right, so now we're gonna go back into dancing. We've taken our little break. Now we're gonna start again with the combination. So this is part A. Part A is be very careful with your weight changes. That's part of this whole progression series, is paying attention to where your weight goes and when. Because usually when we do paradiddles, we are used to doing a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and shifting our weight right to the other foot the whole way through. What we're gonna do right now, you don't shift your weight every single time. So that's part of the challenge. And then of course the tempo is a challenge, your balance is a challenge, your sounds are a challenge, everything's a challenge. But we're gonna start with that right foot. We have a paradiddle 1 and 2. We have another one, 3 and 4. Now you shift your weight. 5 and 6. Step 7. No sound here. You can move your arms if you want. Don't clap. No sound whatsoever. It is just a hold. It is that count in there to make your body stop and focus on what tempo you're in, what rhythm you're in, and make you think about what you're doing. So we have, again, taking it with your right foot, you have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, nothing. All right. Then you do it on the other side. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, stamp, nothing. Okay, again, I said stamp, so this is that whole foot sound. Please don't give it a ton of force. You guys know the sound I'm talking about. That's that sound that your parents are gonna look at you and go, ooh. So please don't give me that sound. It is the whole foot. Doesn't have to be a lot of extra force. But it is the whole foot, whereas your step is just the ball of that foot. All right, so one more quick review, and then we're gonna go back into that break. I hope you remember it. Here we go. We start with the right foot. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, stamp and hold. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, stamp and hold. Now, there's one more part to this one. I apologize, I got a little ahead of myself. One more part to part A. You're doing one paradiddle on the right, 1 and 2, then a stamp and a stomp. Then you reverse it, do it on the other side. 1 and 2, stamp and a stomp. All right, so let me review that part one more time. You have one paradiddle on your right, 1 and 2. You have to pick that foot right back up and do a stamp and a stomp. 1 and 2, stamp and a stomp. So back to back, your foot is going 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Good. All right, so we put those two parts together, and then I'm going to go right back into that break. So again, I hope you remember it. Bring it back for me and put everything together. So starting with those two paradiddles on the right, we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Shift your weight. 5 and 6. Stamp and hold. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Stamp and hold. 1 and 2. Stamp and stomp. 5 and 6. Stamp and a stomp. Now here's your break. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Heel spank, ball change, stamp and a clap. Oh, did you catch me? I said stamp instead of step. I'm so sorry. That is a heel, spank, ball change, step, clap. Okay. So how are we doing so far, guys? We doing okay? Good. I hope you're doing great. If you need to get a drink of water, grab a drink and come back for me. We're now going to add on the next part. So this is part B. The only part that we're going to change is that we're going to add a heel drop. So instead of your paradiddle having 4 sounds, we are now going to have a paradiddle with a heel drop. So it will be 1, E, and a 2. So it's that opposite heel. I'm going to turn slightly to the side and separate my feet just so you can see them a little bit better. Starting with that right foot. 1, E, and a 2. There you go. All right, so starting with that right foot, everything else stays the same. The pattern stays the same. It's just adding that heel drop. So do it with me here. We have 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, 7, no sound. Now we do it on the other side, this left side. Oh, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, shift your weight, 5 E and a 6, and stamp, no sound. The next part continues, adding that heel drop. Oh, 1 E and a 2, stamp, and stomp, 5 E and a 6, stamp, and a stomp. Now, you'll notice we have now gotten to our break. The break, if you remember back from the beginning of the video, I said the break stays the same regardless of the section that you're working on. So even though we have been doing those paradiddles with that added heel drop, that now goes away and you go back to regular paradiddles. Oh, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and ball change, step, and a clap. Alrighty, so we've gotten through the entire progression now. Part A, break. Part B, break. And now after that, you're going to take the whole thing and reverse it from the very beginning. So you've got A, break, B, break. You do the whole thing starting with your left foot. A, break, B, break. Okay, so we're gonna go nice and slow, and then we'll speed it up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna let you guys take control. And if you feel like sending me a video, I would love to see it. Like I said, tennis shoes, tap shoes, whatever you've got available. But I would love to see your videos. We miss you guys so much around here. We miss your beautiful smiles and your great energy and your love for dance. So I would love to see some videos. You can share, your grown-up can share them on Facebook or Instagram with me, or it can just be a private message if they don't want to share it out to the world. But would love to see you guys dance. We're trying to keep our community dancing, keep everyone lifted during this time. Make sure you're getting some exercise. It's great for your physical health, but also your mental health, because I'm sure you guys are growing crazy. Having to do so much schoolwork at home. All right, so here we go. Everything's down. We're going to work on a slow tempo. 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's where we're going to start. And then we will speed it up just a little bit, and then you can take control and practice it as often as you can, all right? So starting from the beginning, starting with that right foot, 6, 7, here we go. We've got a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, shift your weight, 5 and 6, stamp and hold. A 1 and 2, 3 and 4, shift your weight, 5 and 6, 7 and hold. Now we have a 1 and 2, stamp and a stomp, 5 and 6, stamp and a stomp. Break, 1 and 2, 3 and All right, so now we're going into the reverse side. I think I told you the opposite earlier. You're gonna do part A, right and left. Then you're gonna do part B, right and left, okay? And your break, of course, is at the end of each one. So now starting with your left foot, 6, 7, 8, we have a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, shift your weight, 5 and 6, stamp, hold, you got a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, shift your weight, 5 and 6, stamp and a hold. Now we have that 1 and 2, stamp and a stomp, 5 and 6, stamp and a stomp, and a break, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and ball, change step, clap. Beautiful. Now we're going into part B with that extra heel drop at it. We've got a 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, 7, no sound, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, shift your weight, 5 E and a 6, stamp, no sound, you've got a 1 E and a 2, stamp and a stomp, 5 E and a 6, stamp and a stomp, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, heel spank, ball change, step, clap, you've got a 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, shift your weight, 5 E and a 6, stamp, no sound, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, shift your weight, 5 E and a 6, stamp, no sound, you've got a 1 E and a 2, stamp and a stomp, 1 E and a 2, stamp and a stomp, you've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and step, clap. All right, good job, guys. So I hope that worked for you. If you need to rewind and repeat that at that same tempo again, go for it. Take it back a little bit. It's just you. No one's in there with you. So keep rewinding as much as you need to get those steps down, and make sure that you're doing the right steps all the way through so that you're training those muscles the way you want to. All right, we're gonna go just a little bit faster. No judgment, please, if I miss a sound. I'm just gonna preemptively say that. But here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, stamp, and 1, 2, 3, stamp, and 1, stamp, stomp, 3, stamp, stomp, 1, 2, 3, step, 1, 2, 3, and a step, good, 1, 2, 3, stamp, and a 1, stamp, stomp, 1, stamp, stomp, 1, 2, 3, ball change, step, clap. Going into part B, we have a 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, stamp, a 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, stamp, and we have a 1 E and a 2, stamp, stomp, stamp, stomp, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, stamp, 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4, 5 E and a 6, stamp, and we have a 1 E and a 2, stamp, stomp, 1 E and a 2, stamp, stomp, 1, 2. There we go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again for joining me. This is actually Tuesday, March 24th, and we're super excited because over the next few days, we're going to be finally working out that final schedule that we're going to bring to you guys that will have live Zoom classes. So we had our first successful run today, and it went great. So we're going to start to produce those classes for you so that no matter how long this goes on, which we're praying it's only a couple weeks, we're going to stay positive, but we're praying it's a couple weeks, and that through those couple weeks, you're going to have all these classes coming to you. So that'll start next week. We're working at the schedule now. In addition to all of that, you will also have lots of online content that you can access at any point during the day. So if you can't make it for a Zoom class, no fear, no worries, because we're gonna have lots of things online that you can access and you can watch and follow just like you did this class. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll start to have a lot of games as well, different content that maybe you're not even used to. And on top of all that, it'll give you the chance to take other classes that maybe you don't get to take now. So if you love ballet, but you've always wanted to try hip hop, or say you love jazz and ballet, but you really like tap and you've never had a chance to take it, now you can. So those will be open. The only thing we ask is that you stay in your level where you're at, and we will help guide you through that. And then maybe every once in a while you can try one level up and see how that feels for you. But we want you to listen to your body, listen to your mind, and stay nice, safe, and healthy through this time period. We want our dancers back safe, healthy, and well in time for our recital. And yes, your recital dances will be working on that. We will be working on that as well. So you will get some of those, the content for those online as well. So there will be lots more information about this to come. So, but as you work through this video, I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know. You can actually ask your questions right there on the YouTube page. And I look forward to seeing you do this combination when we get back. Thanks, you guys. We miss you so much. Stay well. Thank you.